Good morning, everyone. This is my learning management system presentation. I'm going to start with the table of contents. The first section is going to be the needs analysis, what data I collected. Section 2 will be personal research of various learning management systems that I conducted throughout the week. Section 3 is the learning management system. Is the one I'm attempting to design that's student friendly. And then a conclusion at the end of final thoughts on what happened during the week and what I came up with during the week. First section, the needs analysis. This is some data I collected from research.com as the top obstacles to user satisfaction with using learner technology. The top one here with 52% is inability to integrate with multiple systems. I came across this many times during the week. The links I was trying to post and the websites I was trying to use, some of them had trouble with using PowerPoint. Some of the links had trouble when using Google Slides. Poor user experience, which sort of goes with the first one. I can see people getting frustrated with the overwhelming options that some of these sites present. The cost of technology, with technology increasing for the classroom and for businesses and for people working at home, the cost of these programs are going up, and that is a concern. Down here closer to the bottom, it doesn't have consistent content in one place. A lot of these websites or learning management systems do have multiple areas to go into to just actually create a daily lesson. And the last one down here, not the last one, but the next one is no mobile capabilities. I didn't really think about this in the very beginning, but a lot of my parents and a lot of us use our phones for these particular management systems. And some of them I've played around with, and the phone looks different than using it on a computer. Next data I collected, I surveyed my students on, and I gave them 10 different topics, and I basically said, what would you like to see on your own school student-centered website? So I picked out the top 7, and I asked them just pick 3 of the top 10. They can only pick 3. Overwhelmingly, they'd like a to-do list. 69% to-do list. The next 2 are tied here: academic help videos and a team calendar. And then the next one, very closely related, is a teacher email access, and then a late assignment notice and a student concern notice. Now, those 5 that I chose, or those 6, my team and my school does not have a real to-do list, so I can understand that. We have academic videos, but I don't think we have them posted on our website. They're just posted when needed. We have a team calendar, but it's not the greatest one in the world. It's too many buttons. And the teacher email access, I can see that with students. We basically have 2 emails. We have a Google email and we have a school email. And the Google email, it's very easy to get to, and it's not very easy for us to get to on a daily basis. My own personal research. While researching, I came across this phrase, crowdsourcing. Now, what crowdsourcing is an online community mainly used by companies, the online community, and they present ideas and solutions for problems. And I started thinking about this, and this is getting close to our schools in terms of how we work online. I thought about our PBLs at our school, and the students are getting into groups and they're coming up with solutions and using their skills to create ideas to solve problems. I did research these particular management systems in detail. I use Google Classroom for a number of years. And I've never really used Canvas, but to me, those two are very similar in terms of how they're run. I thought they were very effective. They both have easy access to navigate throughout the system. They're easy to learn. There's multiple videos, YouTube videos on the different sections of Google Classroom and Canvas that are very effective to watch. They're also easy to navigate for students. There's not a lot of buttons. It's more of a minimalistic type style. And one thing I really like about Google Classroom, and I think Canvas has the same ideas, is it's very easy to load a new assignment in Google Classroom. If you have students that have completed their assignments early, and you want to load an extend activity, very easy to do that. Or if you have students that need extra practice and you need to load like a new video, a new practice video, or a new lesson that you created previously, it's very easy to load. And Canvas, I didn't work as much with Canvas, but I believe they have the same situation with their program. Now, going to Schoology, not sure if it was my inexperience with it, but I really struggled on really coming up with a login and getting logged in. And once I finally did, it was very difficult to maneuver throughout the program. It seems to have good reviews, but maybe it's my inexperience or I just didn't spend enough time on it. I didn't have a lot of productivity with that particular site. My own learning management system I created. My target audience would be obviously K through 12 students. I think mine's more geared toward middle school, but it can be adjusted for high school use and elementary use with pretty much ease. And I also included peer instructors and parents. The reason I did is I would like to create one for my team. Maybe next year we could pilot, and I would obviously my peers would be my two teammates and maybe even my grade level. And I put parents down here because parents need to be involved because they're excuse me, especially with middle school and elementary school, they're constantly on the system with their students, checking out their grades and their assignments and so forth. So I created or named mine the Dogs Team homepage. And I came up with, this is our homepage. Now, it's very minimalistic, but I used the student data to create this. And you'll see a number of items that were on the data page. These are their 3 classes right here next to each other. They're connections classes. You can click on it, and there it is. They can go straight to Kirby's math class. Grades, very easily accessible. We created a team Instagram. It goes right to the team Instagram. Sorry guys, I just left my presentation. I got to go back. Okay, let me start again. This is our team Instagram. Our student newsletter is located there. Parent concern form, this came up in a parent meeting that we don't have that I thought would be very beneficial to parents. They can shoot us a Google form real quick if they have concern about grades or if they have concerns about their student with another student or anything that comes up. The student to-do list was something I've never done before. And I like it. It's very easy. It lists out the number of tasks and it has a checklist for them. Never done that before, but I think it's a great idea. And then I put in here a dog's team calendar. We use Google Calendar, but I think it's got too many options and it's not very basic. So there's our team homepage with the 3 classes, and then they got connections class down here. So let's switch over to one of the Kirby's math class. I like the weekly calendar here because it's more specific for this particular class, what's coming up during the week. This, and again, this is has to do with the data from the student survey. Here's an email right to Mr. Kirby. It goes straight to his email. The assignment tab, I mean, if you click on it, it goes right to Google Classroom. I use Google Classroom because that's what we use daily at school. Also have a discussion board here. And the discussion board is very minimalistic. You can create a new thread, you can go back to previous posts, and you can create a favorites list. I like the favorites list for our school because we have PBL groups that they stay in throughout the quarter, and they can chat with their groups without typing in their names every time. I like that idea. And then here's the online tutorials. You just click on it, and they go right to Edpuzzle. You know, you can click on that and they can go right to Edpuzzle, or they can click on the Khan Academy. These are the online tutorials that they suggested. And something I've never done before, and I like the idea, is a missing assignment. It's basically it's a Google form, and they can fill it out if they have missing assignments. And then also the students have a concern form, not just the parents. So in conclusion, some concluding thoughts I came up with: in creating your learning management system and revising, you need student input is needed, parent input is needed, especially in middle school and elementary school, because parents are very involved with their students. When they get in high school, maybe not so much. Team input is needed. If you implement it within your team, it needs to be talked about continuously. What needs to be improved, what needs to be taken off. A minimalistic style was real big for me. I like that style that's less links and less buttons. And you know, it's what the students need to be successful. So I like the idea of collecting data from the students. This bullet here, research other learning management systems, that really helped me develop or form an idea for mine, what works and what doesn't work. And you know, some options that I like, other people might not like. It's just my preference or somebody else's preference. Takes time to create the system. This is not this is not something to be done overnight. And this goes along with the next bullet point: feedback on your system periodically. And I like to go back to the very beginning: needed feedback from students, parents, and the teams. And having a minimalistic style, I believe it's easier to adjust your system as needed. And when I say as needed, you know, every quarter or every school year, maybe you need some final adjustments. So in conclusion, I came across this quote, and it kind of summed up the week. Every product and service begins with the idea. And my thought was, you know, your idea is going to change throughout, and it's going to be need to be adjusted throughout. So thanks so much for listening.